So the movie begins with Ariel, who works for a media house. She wants to become a great writer. But these days, there's no big news for her to publish. Because of that, not many people are buying their magazine. Then one day, she finally gets a hot topic. A pop star from the 1990s, Alfred Morty, has come out of retirement and announced the release of his new album. Everyone is shocked. The media explodes with headlines, but what's even more surprising is that the Idol has invited only 6 guests to his exclusive album launch. They're invited to his private compound to listen to the album, which includes all his new songs. The main character, Ariel, is one of them, along with her boss, a talk show host and influencer, a paparazzi journalist, and a famous radio jockey, RJ. As they arrive at the compound, everything seems normal, even pleasant, but soon after entering, they're mobile. Phones, laptops, and all electronic devices are taken away. They're told that using any such device is not allowed in this place. But don't worry, everything will be returned to them when they leave. Still, Ariel starts to feel something's off. Anyway, the party begins after a while. And then, something shocking happens. They discover that the Idol is actually part of a cult, and everyone else in the compound, except these 6 guests, are cult members, who call themselves loyalists. All of them wear the same uniform. The strange behavior and eerie atmosphere start to make everyone uneasy. Ariel becomes suspicious. Something is definitely wrong in Morty's compound. This cult doesn't feel right to her. So she decides to stay at the party to learn more. Inside the compound, everything seems luxurious. Even massages were offered. But while the RJ was enjoying a massage, some strange people appeared with a machine and brutally killed him. The actual body-cutting scene isn't shown, but it's clear this place isn't as normal as it appeared. It's now obvious that Morty brought them all here for a special reason. The next morning, the remaining guests find that bodyguard-like people have been assigned to watch them, following them like shadows. Ariel finds this especially disturbing. While jogging, Ariel comes across a man painting a statue. She approaches him and asks, "I want to know how this cult of yours actually works." The man replies, "Who is asking this question?" Then he explains, "We call it worship, just like Christians go to church, Hindus to temples, and Muslims pray to God. We pray to ourselves." He asks Ariel, "What does your family do? What do they believe in?" Then he says, "What do we call a group that believes in nothing?" While they're talking, he leads Ariel to a strange tank inside. A man is seen opening oyster shells like a madman. He's so focused on his task that even when he injures his hand badly, he doesn't stop. Ariel, confused, asks, "What does all of this mean?" Morty explains, "We all do this because only one in hundreds of oyster shells contains a pearl, and that teaches us not everything in the world is equal. Understanding. This is the greatest wisdom." Ariel understands his words. She quietly returns to her room. The next morning, as she's getting ready, several people enter her room. The loyalists tell Ariel that they've come to groom her. Everything seems fine, until one of them asks a very strange question. "Did you do your personal cleaning?" Ariel is shocked. "What does that have to do with you?" She insists she's clean, but the loyalist says, "Yes, it won't show, but still, our rule is strict. Whether man or woman, private cleaning is a must here, and Morty has sent us here for that purpose." Anyway, after getting ready, they take her to a party, but this time, aside from the 5 guests, there's no one else at the party. From the outside world, Morty begins his performance. Even though he dances like a child, everyone still laughs. During this performance, the influencer who came with them suddenly starts coughing badly, so bad that she loses control. Her condition quickly worsens and everyone becomes worried. But instead of helping her, Morty calmly escorts everyone else out. He says, someone else will take care of her. We should go out and get some fresh air. Outside, the group begins to talk amongst themselves. They start shouting slogans against the Loyalists and begin questioning Morty's character. When Morty speaks up, he tells everyone, our cult believes that no one can ever become God, but anyone who invents something for the first time, who creates something truly original, that person is equal to God for us. Like the person who first tamed a horse. He became a god to us. While Morty is speaking, Ariel pulls her boss aside. She says, what if I write a story on this cult? It'll make our magazine a massive hit. But her boss doesn't like Ariel's idea very much. While they're still talking, suddenly a flying arrow hits Ariel's boss. Ariel is stunned. Then some people rush over. One of them, a young boy, starts apologizing. He says, was just learning how to shoot. My hand slipped and the arrow hit you. Ariel is shocked by the boy's calmness. He showed no fear, no emotion, just casually asked for forgiveness. Meanwhile, her boss is badly injured. First aid is given, but his condition is still not stable. That evening, Ariel approaches the group. She says, don't you guys think this place is strange? They've taken our phones, laptops, everything we could use to contact the outside world. They're watching. US 24/7s. Who knows? They may have even hidden microphones or cameras around here. But the others don't understand her concern. In fact, they laugh at her. One of them says, you think Morty set all this up just to steal our phones? Ariel realizes these people don't want to see the truth, so she leaves. But deep inside, she has made up her mind. She's not staying here any longer. The next morning, she sneaks out through her window, avoiding the guards. Her first mission is to find her phone. While exploring the compound, she notices a strange structure a little farther away. She feels like something might be hidden inside, so she enters. The place looks like a bar, but inside are severed animal heads and body parts. It's now clear. This cult performs dark rituals, possibly involving animal sacrifice, but Ariel is focused. Her goal is to find their phones. Finally, while searching, she finds a basket filled with cell phones and laptops, and then we, the viewers, are shown something even more shocking, something Ariel doesn't see. The RJ's dead body hidden in that same room. The same RJ who was killed earlier in the movie. This whole environment terrifies Ariel. She rushes back to her room, packs her things, and heads straight to Morty's house. She goes to him and says, I need to leave this place. Morty calmly asks, what happened? Did someone say something? Did anyone threaten you? Ariel ignores his questions. Instead, she asks, where is the RJ? Before Morty can answer, his assistant says, he's getting ready for dinner tonight. Then, Ariel asks, where's the influencer? The one who had that terrible cough? Morty's assistant responds, she was just brought back from the hospital to her room. She's much better now. She'll be joining us for the puppet show this evening. Even after hearing all this, Ariel insists, I have to leave, right now. Morty asks again, can you at least tell me what happened? Ariel replies, I don't need to explain anything. I just have to leave. Then Morty's second assistant says, that's not possible. All the vehicles have already left for the city. It'll take at least 40 minutes for them to return. Morty adds, look, I'm not forcing you to stay. But don't break the kids' hearts. At least stay and watch their performance. Then one of the girls also starts pleading with Ariel, even though she doesn't want to. Ariel agrees. That evening, the puppet show begins. But this was no ordinary puppet show. Instead of dolls, They used dead rats as puppets. Each of the 6 rats represented the 6 guests: Ariel, her boss, the RJ, the influencer, and the others. Ariel watches all of this, disturbed, but she keeps her expression blank. She doesn't react. Suddenly, the beanbag Ariel is sitting on starts to shake. She panics and jumps up, and from beneath the beanbag, something rips through the surface and emerges. It's not an animal. It's a living person. It's Emily, the influencer who had gone missing. Her mouth is swollen in disturbing, unnatural ways. She looks so horrifying. Anyone would be terrified just looking at her. Ariel was already nervous. The girl's tongue and eyes were swollen, like balloons. Ariel angrily asks the statue, "What happened to her, Morty?" He replies casually, "She consumed a chemical. It causes every water-rich part of the body to swell." Then, right in front of Ariel, he touches the girl's swollen eye, and it bursts like a balloon, spraying water on Morty's face. He's disgusted and furious. Now Ariel is angry too. Finally, the others begin to understand. Ariel was right. Something was seriously wrong here. As they try to escape, the Loyalists catch them. In no time, they beat up one of Ariel's colleagues, and then stab her boss in the stomach, killing him on the spot. They were about to kill Ariel too, but she pushes the man away, grabs the chance, and jumps out the window. She runs. To save herself. She hides inside a strange house and realizes this is a museum of Loyalists. There, she sees the severed head of the RJ and recognizes the same chemical used to kill the influencer. Preparations for a party were underway too. Ariel now understands everything. The Loyalists were planning a celebration after sacrificing them. Before she can escape, a guard climbs into the bathroom window. He grabs Ariel by the hair and knocks her unconscious. When Ariel regains consciousness, she is tied to a chair along with one of her companions. Morty is standing there. All the Loyalists are gathered for the celebration, champagne in hand. But this champagne is poisoned. One of the Loyalist girls offers the poisoned drink to Ariel's companion. Then she comes to Ariel. But something strange happens. Instead of giving her the champagne, she secretly starts untying Ariel's ropes, right? In front of everyone, she pretends to be feeding Ariel, but is helping her escape. While doing this, her foot accidentally hits a fire pot. It falls, and fire spreads across the stage. Even Morty's clothes catch fire. He tries to put it out, but the flames engulf him, burning him badly. In the chaos, Ariel finds the perfect chance to escape. She finds a bike, rides it, and finally gets out of the compound, saving her life. The next morning, Ariel returns with the police, but to her shock, Morty is still sitting calmly in the compound, playing the piano. In front of him lie the bodies of the 5 people he killed the previous night. All the other Loyalists have disappeared. The police arrest Morty for the murder of 5 people. Then the scene fades, and the story jumps ahead 2 years. We now see Ariel, a famous writer, giving an interview to a radio jockey. Her novel has become a massive hit, selling over 1 million copies. In that novel, she wrote about everything: the cult, the compound, and Morty. Because of this book, Ariel became a celebrity. But one day, during an interview, she receives a call from Morty's lawyer requesting a meeting. Ariel finds this odd, but she agrees, because she still wants answers. She still wonders, how did the people vanish? What really happened in that place? To get answers, she visits the prison where Morty is held. The first thing she asks is, "Why did you kill those people?" Morty replies calmly, "I wanted revenge. They criticized an artist. In our cult, artists are gods." Ariel asks, "And where are all the other people?" Morty says, "They're hiding among the public, spreading awareness of our cult, everywhere. Then, Morty holds up a copy of Ariel's novel. He smiles and says, "Thank you." Ariel is stunned. She suddenly realizes what a huge mistake she has made. Everything from the compound to her escape, even her survival, was all part of Morty's plan. He had manipulated her into writing the book. Through her novel, his cult went global. It was never just about escape. Morty wanted to be immortalized, and Ariel had unknowingly helped him. She quietly asks him, "Why me?" Morty replies, "Why me?" Then he explains, "You had no interest in money or fame. You had a pure heart. That's why we chose you. Thanks to you, our cult is now known in every corner of the world. And more people are joining us every day." This truth hits Ariel like a storm. And the movie ends on that haunting, unforgettable note.